Now, we're going a minute on the lips, but not too much on the hips. I don't know, might not be quite so healthy with this morning's tasty dessert.
We need treats in our lives these days. Edward Hayden is demonstrating how to make a perfect Pavlova. Good morning again, Edward.
Good morning to you both again. Yeah, I thought I might do this today. I know it's Tuesday, but the bank holiday weekend is coming at us hot and heavy.
Is.
And people might be having little soirees in their garden or that sort of thing. The barbecues might get another go. They're going to get a bit of respite during the week, I think, the barbecues. So yeah, the weekend is looking good. So I'm making a gorgeous dessert. Travelling, particularly down the country, the strawberries are on the side of every road and every farm shop in the country. So I'm going to combine all the things that are good about the summer in this really, really simple dessert. Just for the purposes of coming on, I've just started beating this up very stiff. So what I've got in here is I've got 5 egg whites only. Just make sure when you're doing it that you kind of don't let any of the yolk in at all, because any little bit of fat residue will do that as well. Can I just tell people...
what would the yolk do? What happens if you get it in?
It just won't allow the kind of the egg white to rise up. It doesn't allow it to fluff up at all. It'll kind of just impinge on its ability to rise. Right. And with that being said, we're very lucky here. We've got this gorgeous glass bowl, the kind of the modern mixers have the glass bowl, which are much easier to get clean. But a lot of people at home might have the mixers with the plastic bowl. And whilst the plastic bowls are clean, they can sometimes harbour like a little greasy film on them. So what I would suggest for people to do is just give them a wash just before you use it, let it go cool, and then get a half a lemon and rub it. Jeez, Tommy!
I've listened.
There you have
lemon.
It. Absolutely.
There you go. This is Edward's trick.
There you have it.
Now,
and that'll just clean the bowl. He's like home economics wizard here.
Yeah. What do you do with your yolks that you've got rid of? What do you do with those?
That's a question to ask a gentleman. Do you know what I sometimes do with them? Maybe like an omelette or a scrambled egg or a creme brulee.
Okay.
Or if I'm making like a fish pie or a cottage pie or shepherd's pie, I mash them into the potatoes to give you like a duchesse topping.
Or you can use the yolk to keep the burgers together. If you make it mince, you put the egg yolks in.
I'll shortly be getting me redundancy.
Thank you very much.
Now in here I've got... Will the real chef stand up, Tommy? Now, it's great to think that it's not in vain while I'm telling you every week that
we're listening.
Sometimes I listen.
Now, here what I've got is 5 egg whites beaten up, and I've got double the amount of sugar. So the meringue is very simply 1 part egg white, 2 parts sugar. So I've got 10 ounces, 300 grams of sugar, and I'm just adding that in. You see the way I'm just slowly pushing it in and letting it beat between each addition, which is really, really good. Now,
the old legs on that table are going to that.
Like myself, they're on the last legs. Anyway, God is good and it won't fall down. But if it is, the slot will get to YouTube anyway.
Graham, we'll just watch this cream here.
Now, here we go. Absolutely. I'm going to turn that off just for a minute, just for the purposes of that. In there, I'm going to go with a teaspoon of corn flour. I'm going to go with about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, not essence. The extract is much nicer. And then I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of vinegar in there as well. Then I'm just... Yeah,
Why
vinegar? It just keeps that nice kind of a white, crisp colour. And again, it just helps the eggs to stay firm throughout the process.
So now, are we looking for chewy meringue here or crunchy meringue?
Kind of chewy, marshmallowy kind of, Daisy. It's that marshmallowy style meringue. Then what we're looking for is that to be really stiffly beaten as it now is.
We're not allowed to lick that in COVID times, are we?
Lick that. God, be with the times when you could. Now, we were all reared on kind of the mixing bowl after the cakes. Now, I'm going to show you this very quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pipe in a little bit of this meringue. You can either free-form it or you can pipe it in. So I'm going to just pipe some of that in. So I'll just take a little bit of it, and I'm just going to show you how to do one of them, because I'm going to make 2 meringue discs or 2 meringue shells. Okay? So then I'm just going to literally all the way around, just like that.
So it's a bit more uniform then, isn't it? It cooks a bit more evenly.
It's a little bit more uniform. Now, I'm going to do them, so you do them as small, as large as you like. I normally do 2 layers.
And now, Edward, could I do that, though? Like,
Tommy, you
look
could
very talented.
No, Tommy, I'd have no doubt in you. I've seen you for the last number of weeks. Anything that was thrust upon you, you did it with great aplomb.
Like we talked with the dancing, I'll give plenty of effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
The old dexterity and
the finesse report, I'm sure, always said good effort, but could try harder.
Good try. That was exactly it.
Put a little few rosettes on the top, just like that, and then I might do 1 or 2 at the side just for effect, okay? So into the oven, 130 for 20 minutes and then 110 for 40 minutes. And very quickly then I'm going to assemble this. So here what I've got is I've got the meringue, I've just put it onto the platter. I've got it onto a lovely platter just
obviously
like so.
Wait for it to cool.
Oh, obviously it takes it out. It's better to do it if you can even at all the night before. And then I'm just going to put some strawberries in the middle of this. You could put some raspberries, blueberries, whatever you want into the middle of it. Even the other day now I had a little bit of gooseberry jam. You could put a little bit of gooseberry jam into the middle of that. Or do you know what's gorgeous is even some poached rhubarb, if you like it as well. But it's just a little bit messier and looser. Now, then what I've got here is I've got the other layer. I'm just going to peel that off, and you can see that it should peel off really nicely.
Hold on now.
Pop that
looks
on
like
the top.
you've only one layer on that one. Oh, so you have a double on the bottom and a single on top.
No, I have a double. I've piped the two of them twice. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've done two of these, if you like.
Okay.
Just like that. Now, there we have it, just like so. And then I'm going to put a few little strawberries on the top. And then what I've got as well is I've got, now again, I'm sure at home people will give it a little bit more time and love. Not saying that I'm not giving it lots of love, but just to kind of give it a little bit more time to get all of those. You want to have them looking as if you've just thrown them on, but obviously perfectly precise.
No, they're beautiful in their own right. You don't have to worry too much about it.
They're unadulterated. I've got some beautiful fresh mint, and you know now in the summer I'm not allowed to leave the house without the few edible violas. I'm gone big into the edible violas.
I actually saw them in the supermarket the other day.
Did you think of me, Tommy?
Get them for every dish.
But it made me think of Edward again.
There you have it. Not normally good.
What's that now?
That's a little bit of grated white chocolate just on the top, and I'm just going to give myself a little dart of this, and then I'm sure you wouldn't say no.
Oh, we'd have to have an edible viola at the very least.
A little viola at the very least. Just pop it in, and it just cuts really beautifully.
It's almost a shame to cut it, Edward.
Oh, well, listen,
a work of
Claire,
art.
nothing is a shame. There you have it. And I'll give you one. I brought my heart-shaped plates to demonstrate full love.
For you with love, Tommy, from Edward.
Oh, that's my favourite part of the morning.
Yeah, breakfast time.
Breakfast.
Now, and there's a little bit for Claire.
One of our 5 a day.
I'm going to give her a napkin for the good frog.
Thank you, darling.
Now. But you see what I mean? It's really chewy. Now, just for people at home, think of putting maybe, as well as the vanilla and all that, think of maybe putting in a little bit of coffee extract. Think of folding in a few hazelnuts. Think of folding in some chocolate chips or pistachios, just to make it a little bit different. Whatever you do when you make it, think of me.
How do you get the chewy?
Yeah.
The corn flour. The corn flour is what gives you that chewy centre. So I've before here made meringues here with you. The kind of the hard, crisp meringues, or if we're using them for an eaten mess. I made an eaten mess here one day, maybe last year. You want to have that without the kind of the corn flour for the crisp, hard meringue. That's that kind of really chewy, really Moorish style meringue. And everybody would have it for their breakfast, of course.
This is really Moorish meringue. Thank you very, very much.
Moorish meringue. Edward, that's super. Yeah, really tasty.